Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner, Albert Kim. And Albert, these kids will never forget. When you get the gold, you remember it forever.
Yeah, and team is everything. I know we're going to talk about individuals today, and they deserve the honor. But more importantly, South Range and Canfield will always remember the class 2022 as the, what do we call 22 or 23, George?
Class of 23, but it's a 22 season.
That's what
I'm the same way. Because I thought when the NCAA said they're going to the tournament in 23, I thought that meant next year. But it's 24.
I always get that mixed up.
I agree, yeah.
So the class of 2023 starts with Canfield, 35-14 history, first state championship. Brock Lowry, the Big Ten recruit.
Yeah, stop there.
That has a lot to do with it.
Al and I, we get this a lot because we gave lessons. We coached for 60 years, gave lessons for 80. And anyway, people will come up to us and say, wasn't that long ago. We won't say who it was because it's local. Kid said to you, he said, he's a Big Ten. You said, are you sure? Oh, absolutely. He said, and I just happened to be watching the Ohio State Championship game when the guy had 7 touchdowns that went to Miami, Ohio. And I said to Al, I said, guy with 7 touchdowns went to the MAC. That's how good these guys are. When you hear Big Ten, believe me, they're different.
That's big time.
Yes.
And Brock Lowry's one of those.
Yes.
Only accounted for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's all. Brock.
3 rushing, 1 passing. And I will give the coach credit. 1 receiving on a trick play. And I really want to give kudos to the Canfield defense in a state championship game, limiting the team to 223 yards over Bloom Carroll. Probably, I bet you average 4 yards a year.
In today's game, that's cool.
Yes.
People don't realize you're not talking about Swan and Stallworth or
right.
Bernie Kosar. You're talking about when 350 to 400 is the norm.
For the best teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is a no-brainer. What a great job by their defense, defensive coordinators, offensive coordinator, all the coaching staff, the junior high coaches who spent all that time with the Canfield kids coming through. Congratulations. And it also runs rapid also for South Range as Billy Skripak continued his run on the year, 6 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 passing, as 16-0. South Range won 53-27, George.
Yeah.
I laugh because if I would have said this 25 years ago, you would have thought he's lying. They're not going to score 53 points in the state championship.
Well, listen to this. Here's what happened to me. I'm on Twitter, and somebody's saying about how much better things in Ohio because they have instant replay. Well, I see the refs look at the screen, and I see the score behind me. South Range was taking names.
Yes.
And I thought, oh my
That's good
goodness,
news for our show.
They're going to put a half 100. I bet it was during the game.
And Ironton has been such a powerhouse in the state of Ohio, and they whooped them. Yeah, 53 points. I liked, when I studied the game, we knew offensive, but they scored on a defensive force a fumble touchdown, and they also scored on a block punt. That tells me that not only were they ready for the game, but the coaches were ready also.
Yeah.
That
they saw something.
They saw something on the field.
Yeah, you don't just block a punt by accident.
No, you don't. And so they said we're going to go from this side or come up the middle, whatever. But also, once again, I want to congratulate the South Range junior high midgets all the way up through the high school and the assistant coaches. We know we give credit to the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars.
Yeah.
But George and I, as I said, we coached a long time. And our best teams were the kids that rooted hardest on the bench. Best teams that practiced, made it tough on the first team every day.
Never minded knowing they weren't the stars, but were glad. That's missing in today's society. Like today, how many quarterbacks quit today?
My gosh.
I can't keep track anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping that you young kids remember what happened here. Yeah. And when you go to your reunions,
you'll never forget.
Yeah, you might not remember the name of the second time, but I guarantee you'll remember as a group, you'll know each other instantly. Hey, Billy.
Yeah,
hey, Tom.
we
Yes.
won the state championship our year.
Yep,
No,
congratulations
absolutely.
For that. We usually don't put losing teams on, but when you lose in the state championship, we'll tell you Warren JFK had a great year, ended up losing to New Brennan, and it wasn't close. I like that, George. I mean,
They're not going to replay it.
Yes. If it's 38-37 and you put 4 plays on that game and think, if we just did this.
How about if you're TCU? When I tell you,
right
Albert.
Oh, yeah, throughout the game, things
And I
happen.
challenged that referee to tell me
They can't.
And just like Guy said, I saw that one angle. It looked over to me. I said,
you can't tell.
I can't. I said,
There's no
I couldn't have made that call.
No, it's impossible. And that's what happens with replay these days. It makes it impossible.
No.
38-6 they lost, so that, and once again, when you lose like that, at least you know you lost to a really good team.
And that tells me that team is a powerhouse because we know how good JFK is.
Every year.
My gosh.
In basketball news, here I was. I thought, I have to admit, Youngstown State, I had you 2-0. I put it on with 2 seconds left in the game or whatever, and you were beating Northern Kentucky, so I thought you won.
They're Norsemen.
They lost in double overtime to Northern Kentucky the first game, but they came back yesterday and beat Wright Straight. They're the best team in the league. After seeing seeing these 2 scores, YSU get ready to win that league title. I think you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yesterday was an amazing display by Dwayne Cohill. 43 points, 16 from 19 from the field, George.
6 for 6 from behind the arc.
George.
That doesn't happen.
That is amazing shooting.
No,
that's how you win. You get
that's
shooters.
Freaky stuff there.
Yeah. First 40-point scorer since 2017 and 5th highest in the Division I air for the Penguins. They moved to 6-3 and now 101. And I don't want to put the old jinx on you, Coach Calhoun, but I think you have the team to win this Horizon, no question.
I bet he would agree with you.
Mm-hmm. I think he should. And girls are coming on. Coach Barnes and the girls' crew. Lily Ritz, 3rd double-double of the young season. Youngstown State beat Wright Straight for the 3rd straight consecutive victory. One of the things about coaching, George, and we've been there, that when things aren't going well, that's when you find out how the coach operates. Mm-hmm. And they start out slow. And Coach Barnes either said something, changed something, whatever, but they're playing their best ball. But one girl's been good from the beginning.
Yeah.
Is Malaya Magestro.
3 straight.
Mm-hmm. She can really. You're talking about some girl that earned it, though.
So that's why I put her on Twitter today. That somebody said she had her 3rd straight. I said, well, that didn't happen by accident. When those other girls were wherever they were,
right,
she was shooting up at Kennedy.
Yeah, we got filmed and documented. Her youngest sister was doing the same thing. Her brother.
Yeah.
At Pitt Johnstown.
He had 8 threes last week.
Had 8 threes in one game. That's a basketball family that doesn't talk the talk, but they walk the walk. They practice it, no question about it. Talking about practicing, they've had a lot of practice to get to these semifinals. But Mount Union, Division III football, 22-6. Mount Union has changed their ways a little bit lately. I can see how maybe because they're being defeated by those Wisconsin teams, they're playing great defense. I think they're putting better defense kids on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to play Delaware Valley again. You know what's interesting?
They beat Delaware Valley.
Oh, did they beat?
They play Wartburg. But here's what I don't like.
Home field. That's what I was asking that.
Come on.
That's what I was just leading into.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Crowd. I'm guessing they bid it and they can fill it. You know, that happens in the PSAC. A stinking Indiana. It's one of the few with a town. They can bid those games. I'm guessing now. We have a D3 guy on our radio show. We will make next week when we're here.
How can you get us semifinal game?
Yeah, I don't like any of it being on home. No. I see the first round maybe rewarding a successful season. Take that advantage away.
It's a big advantage. Big advantage, no question about it.
No.
And George mentioned earlier in our show today about the craziness.
No.
And that's what it is. I don't care what anybody describes it. They did not look into it. They didn't think this was going to happen.
No.
The portal and NIL.
National Signing Day means nothing.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. I mean, zero.
And this Pitt thing, this has been going on. I heard this rumor weeks ago. We kept it quiet. We should have spoken out. Yeah. We knew Djokovic was coming there, and we knew Slovis. They couldn't get him out the door.
But he was waiting. That's all. He was waiting for that news.
Yeah.
As soon as he heard that news, instantly.
And he has a place already too, by the way. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know that. He has somewhere.
He has his mother's dad's home.
No, let me tell you what's happening.
Remember, he grew up right outside of Pittsburgh.
Someone's telling these guys. No, I'm talking about Slovis.
Oh, he has a college place to play.
Already.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm
Oh,
saying,
they wouldn't
but what
leave
I'm
that.
saying to you is, who's telling this Slovis and ukulele that they're? I want to know who the. I always question these Elite 99 and the Super 7 and the. Who told this guy he was an elite? He's not elite in any way, Slovis, and neither is ukulele.
They didn't play like it.
How about ukulele or whatever?
Oh, no, he came out the worst. I mean, he was the number one.
He better go to
He was
Shippensburg.
number one quarterback.
Hey, he better go to
He has
Shippensburg.
lost his poise so much. I've lost his ability.
It brings me to YSU, by the way.
That's why we started this. Dimitri Crenshaw, who started out the year with 5 touchdown passes and lost his job. This was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they knew 4 weeks ago that he was leaving as soon as he wasn't playing.
But do you see what happens to your team? He may have 8 buddies that said, "Oh, they screwed Demetrius," and you got to coach the other 55.
That's what you get coached. That's what you get paid to coach. That's when it's hard. And it's a runaway freight train today because I'm telling you, we talked about the portal last year. It's going to double this year, and the position is hitting crazily is quarterback. You know, we got first string.
But there's 40 of them in there.
We got first string quarterbacks leaving, not just second string quarterbacks.
Last year, Utah loses on a Friday night to San Diego State. Monday morning, the quarterback left. I'm like, are you Penn State? One of their guys left. You know, Ohio State. 2 of these guys are leaving.
I asked that question on Saturday, remember?
Yeah.
I said, how many are they going to lose?
Oh,
he said he didn't think anybody. I guarantee they'll have 8 at least.
Well, the kids are not playing in a bowl game.
The kids are not playing.
They're not playing in a bowl game.
Yeah.
They're already not
Why
playing.
would they?
Joey Porter's not playing. Like I said, listen, please, I wrote this somewhere. It's fresh in my mind. If you're going to play these, little parlay things or FanDuel, check the rosters. Because last year we caught one. It was the MAC and Utah State or San Jose State. They didn't have anybody out there.
22 players.
And you have to know because, remember the team.
I don't know if you can figure.
Remember what Kansas State did LSU at the bowl game?
Yes.
They kept making that line bigger because they heard more and more guys weren't there.
Leaving.
Yeah,
that's one you can find out, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk NCAA championship week. It's over. Just the big one this week, Army Navy. Oh, it's no. I'll tell you right now, it's every year. They say that about getting old. Remember, we were younger. But let's talk about this championship week. It starts Friday night. Southern Cal bows out early. Now you can say what you want. I don't like Lincoln Riley, so I'll say it flat. His teams are soft. Him and his sunglasses when there's no sun out bothers me to no end. And his team plays like little girls. They can't tackle. It was 40-7 in the second half. Now, he may not have the greatest defense, but it shouldn't be 40-7.
Yeah, that's how much they depend offensively at his places. They put all their emphasis on offense, and they usually do it so well that they win games. But it's hard to win that big game when you're not good defensively.
That's like that week before. UCLA plays defense just like them.
Yeah.
No, that's like I was thinking about Pitt. I just don't know who's showing up. If DTR and the boys show up, 3.5 is nothing. But I don't know who's coming.
Yeah, UCLA's so bad defensively too, though.
Awful.
Southern Alabama scored 37.
Well, what if Abracadabra doesn't play?
I know. You know who's playing?
No, we'll have to find out. But we'll be on that weeks before. Now, here's the tough game, and it was TCU. They make a beautiful comeback. They run a 2-point play out. There's no one within 30 yards of the receiver. Tie the game. Get the ball first. Quarterback makes a big run. It's second, and I thought he scored. I'll be honest. Now I know we got trouble because down close there, they're not under center, and if they are, they're not used to it. And I knew we had chaos.
From the inch line, you think they get in, though. Jeez, oh, man. But they go back in shotgun again. We talked about it so many times on the show.
5 yards.
You're back 5 yards. Your offensive line has to really block. And they left it up to an official's call. Why just get in the end zone? I would have called timeout. I mean, I thought about this when I was watching it.
When they didn't make this first one, they had one play?
The quarterback was really tired. Exhausted.
No, he was.
And that should have carried the ball. He should have carried the ball 2 times in a row. He's bigger and stronger.
He has a way of getting in there.
Yeah.
I thought he'd get in, though. I told you.
They get the ball to the running back from 5 yards, and it makes it really hard.
Now, let's talk about the committee. We told you last week, don't listen to them. They're going to rig it so Michigan and Ohio State don't play right away.
That was a short thing.
And they did.
But I don't think that was any doubt. I mean, anybody who follows college football, I don't think it's ever going to happen if they can help it.
Back to back.
They're gonna
Well,
be
no
back-to-back
more. It was
games.
12. One
But
more
I'm
year.
saying I don't think
Yeah.
if they'd have kept 4 for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
They would try.
They don't want them to play 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Well, you know, with these leagues going away from West and East and such, that would have been Ohio State, Michigan back to back.
That's what I'm saying.
We went, but I'm talking about in the 4 teams. I thought they might rig it so, but I knew TCU would end up playing
no doubt.
Michigan. There was no way
No doubt.
Ohio State was playing Michigan
Yeah,
the
no
first.
doubt.
And the biggest thing, what they didn't want, and Saban lobbied for it, and people were critical, but he does. That is his team. He has to. He tried to say that the way they were playing at the end, one of those games was Austin Peay. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. You lost 2. Now, don't get me wrong. They were on the last play, and they could have lost 2 others. So,
Yeah, they could've.
and if you grab 2 loss, Alabama, Tennessee saying, "Wait a minute, we beat them." So we got a problem either way. Now, here's the one I saw, and saw this one coming, but not in this fashion. First half was close. Purdue, Michigan.
Always is. I told you on Saturday.
Bet them the second half.
Michigan loses every first half.
Yeah.
No, 13 games.
Yeah.
So it isn't like in the second half they just kill teams. I don't know why or how. I can't give you the reason why.
Did they wear them
But
down?
that's what I don't think so.
No.
They say
Did they
that-
beat them up?
They say that talk.
Did they beat them up?
No.
Let me
I
say
played
this.
football. I was never beat up more.
No, not my. Oh, second half. I'm tired.
Yes.
Hey, let me ask you though. Did we know this Michigan quarterback was this kind of stud?
I know he's a good player, but he's still inaccurate. And I watched the game. He missed 7 passes in that game. That could have been. He's once again, his players are better. He can move though. He can run, and he can throw on the run really well. So he does some things really good.
Yeah.
And when he makes that pass,
Yeah, well, a guy just gets it in there
he's
before.
really good when he's
Yeah,
making that pass.
I know what
well,
you
he made
mean.
the right. I mean, he made the right choice in that he saw that he had the only way he could beat the best teams was with this guy.
You knew.
You know.
And by the way, that guy left right away.
yeah.
He didn't wait till the ink was
He's one
dry.
eye with it. That's so interesting.
Oh, I'm gone.
I-
I'd like to sit him down and I'd say, son,
He must know he's starting. That's why.
Son,
That could be the only reason.
you're going there. They have the worst offense. Now, when you say they have the worst offense,
really do.
you're not, most times they might be 15th worst.
Right.
You've got the worst.
Yeah, he does.
And his son calls a play, so he's not firing him.
No.
That's out of the question. Georgia looked to be the cream to you?
No.
No.
I don't. I saw
You
the
didn't
last
like
three
that
games.
500 yards
Last
LSU?
3 games of the year. Kentucky was close. Georgia Tech had him whooped for a long time, and LSU scored 30.
With a backup quarterback.
So if LSU can score 30,
Ohio State
I
could
want to see him stop
score.
Ohio State.
So you think that's a live dog?
Well, I think they'll win it.
Absolutely.
Oh no,
boy.
this Georgia. Remember, I said this thing last year.
Yeah,
told
they
you,
were in.
I know who's winning, and I remember you said no, Alabama's, and I said no, Georgia's the team.
Yeah,
That was. I mean, remember how Alabama had beat them?
I beat them.
Okay, because Alabama was great last year,
Yeah,
and they still could have beat Georgia if their
2
receiver didn't
receivers.
get hurt.
Good point.
Okay, this Georgia team's good. They're not great. There's a major difference between this. They're not great.
Are they better offensively?
Georgia, no. Georgia Tech had him at 7 points at the half. Georgia Tech. You know, no, I'm saying.
Hey, they gave that
Kentucky-
guy the job.
Kentucky, I think the score was
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
16-6 or
No, it wasn't
something
bad
like
at all. Now Ohio State has 1 million receivers.
State has a great team. I'm going to get off Ohio State.
So you're going
I'm
to
all
play
over that one.
the money line then,
I'm over
because
it.
they're going to
They're
win the
gonna
game. Okay.
I truly, I've said it
Boy,
all
I
year.
didn't think that.
I truly.
I mean, I haven't assessed the game yet. It's a month away, but
No,
that's
that's why I
interesting.
jumped on that as soon as I saw it.
Wow.
The Buckeyes getting points.
What would they get a touchdown?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're going to get a touchdown against
okay.
Georgia.
Well, then there you
and
go.
they can win. I mean,
there you go, people. There you
There's
go.
not a question in my mind. And I'm not an Ohio State fan, but people watching this
Yeah.
are Ohio State fans.
Yeah.
They're going to go by that Michigan game. And what I saw the game. It was 2017 when they played. It wasn't. It wasn't
No, well, yeah.
no,
Don't go about it. Yeah.
The second half, they got him.
Yeah.
They got him.
Hey, how about, like you said, we'll talk about Bulls later, but real quick, Penn State's going to the Rose.
Like
Pitt's
you said, look
playing.
and see where people
You
are
better
playing.
know who's playing, huh? 'Cause
I would,
if you
think,
don't,
I would think everybody's playing Ohio State, Georgia.
oh no.
I would think
Oh,
everybody,
yeah.
I don't think anybody's.
No,
leaving that
I
game.
think for a national
Yeah, that's what I
championship,
thought. Yeah.
and so it depends on who opts out. Now, the Utah goes there last year, has a monstrous lead on Ohio State, and Ohio State
That's
with
not
all
what
that
they- if
firepower.
both teams come in playing as they are,
Utah's beating
I'll
them.
take Utah. Utah's great in bowl games to begin with.
Yeah, they are.
But has Penn State beat a good team in the last?
No,
When's the last time they beat a good
no,
team?
they got beat by Arkansas, Kentucky.
I'm talking about in those Michigan beats them every year.
Yeah.
Penn State beats them. Ohio State beats them every year.
Yeah.
They haven't been a good team in years. And Utah almost.
Auburn was supposed to be good. And they were
They're
not
not
good.
good.
No.
I like Utah a lot.
Joey Porter's not playing, and
That's an example right there.
and the Ohio receiver, the good one that's been sitting,
played all year.
he's not playing. Now make sure you find out. That's the last thing I'm going to say. NFL. You know, here we are, not for long. All of a sudden, the Steelers are 5-7. Now they're talking playoffs, which is ridiculous. But the bottom line is they're 5-7, and if they would run 4 more, they would be last game of the year playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not doing this. So I don't
now let's talk about that. They handled Atlanta. Here's my question. I would like to ask whoever's in charge at Atlanta, because I would ask the Colts the same thing, and I would ask, why are you playing a 40-year-old? Because it looks like you're rebuilding.
Well, the Colts, I understand they're out, but Atlanta's right in the playoff race.
Yeah,
they're right in it, and they have a rookie.
Well, the Colts were playing Ellinger till they pulled a guy out of ESPN. Mina Khan.
They're out of it though. Colts are out.
Oh yeah, now
so
they.
I would play a young guy. You understand that? But
yeah.
Atlanta, I keep Mariota in. I mean, there's no
he stinks. He's so bad.
But isn't that bad?
Oh, I know.
They run the ball. That's where they. That's the way they play.
My goodness, he's so. I thought he was good at one time.
I think he's still okay. I don't think.
And Tannehill for Tennessee. You know, he's the reason they can't win it all. They had the home field last year.
I know they did.
He threw 3 INTs.
Yeah, they're based on running the football. Both teams want to run the football.
I get that. But I'd never play a 40-year-old. I'd grab Baker Mayfield. He's off the scrap heap. They cut him today.
I know.
They cut him.
49ers will sign him.
That's what I think. You agree? You think 49ers will sign him?
They are going to sign him. I'm pretty sure they will.
There you go. They
need somebody.
Now, Dallas, I asked the same question with a coach. You answered it. Have you seen a beatdown like that in pro ball in a while?
Dallas does it all the time.
50-something.
Dallas is famous for it.
Oh, my God.
They make you look on that one night, you know, when you
everything,
watching,
the moon's right. Yeah.
And so, you got to say Dallas. What if Dallas plays Green Bay or somebody?
They'll leave next week. Hey, how about this? All 4 teams in the South lost. Tennessee 7-5, and they're running away with it.
We said that was going to happen.
Lucky for them. Raiders win again. Could they run the table?
No.
I think
they lost yesterday.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I know, but they could. That's why.
Well, they could have won some. They lost them.
But I'm saying that's why they don't run the table.
You don't think they'll run the table?
No.
I think they will.
It's hard to run the table.
I know.
In the NFL. I mean, it's so hard.
Now, the Jets, if they were down there any more times, they'd have just put a tent inside the 20. The last 5 minutes.
Minnesota's winning games, though.
But they somehow didn't
Minnesota's
score.
winning games that way all the time.
Now, let's talk about this. I saw Garoppolo go down, and I saw I thought, well, sprained ankle. Surgery today.
Yeah, he's
the guy has bad luck, too.
Yeah, he does. That's a shame.
How about the kid that came in? Now, let's talk about Mr. Irrelevant. Last guy picked.
Yeah, he's on the right team for that game. But now...
Be different. Next week, they're preparing for him.
Yeah, they'll come after him with blitzes now. We'll see how he handles it.
I can't believe Mr. Irrelevant. Now, Cincinnati, they put their flag down last night.
They were home.
4 straight wins.
Yeah.
Have a chance. If Baltimore doesn't have their quarterback, they're going to win the league.
They're not playing good in Baltimore, but defensively they won.
Cincinnati, yeah.
It's fine. In NFL, you just find a way
to
win.
No.
That's the goal.
Absolutely. By the way, there's only one team Mahomes is under 500 against.
Cincinnati.
So that's interesting.
Because they score points.
Yeah. Skins and Giants tie. Should they finish that?
No, they gave him another quarter.
It's 10 and 10 minutes.
I mean, they gave him 10 minutes.
Is that not?
Yes, enough.
Really?
You're not good enough.
You're worried about their
I'm not worried about anything.
being tired?
No, I'm not worried about anything. I just think that's enough time. If you're not good enough to win it in 10 minutes,
call it time. Rodgers still beating the Bears.
He didn't have anything to do with it.
No, but he's saluting.
Yeah, no, but he didn't have anything to do with it.
Where did this guy come from? I missed this, Watson.
North Dakota State. I mean, it's really simple. He played Youngstown's League.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's really fast.
Really fast?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You'll find out he's fast enough without Rodgers.
Defense wins the game, though. Baltimore loses their quarterback. Can they beat Pittsburgh with a backup?
Oh, for sure.
Pittsburgh mangled them last year.
They don't pass anyway.
Pittsburgh mangled them last year.
I know.
How about Philly? They just keep rolling?
Well, they're a good team.
Is Hurts your MVP?
Their schedule's really weak.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
I never say that because they don't make it.
Now I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about before.
Oh, left. I got you.
No, I'm talking left who's playing.
I got you. No, they have no.
Oh, my
They go to
gosh.
Dallas, though,
That's
right?
it. One game they got to play.
And even then, if they're still 2 up. Do you think, like, a team like Philly, would you give Hurts the MVP?
Yes.
That's right. We agree on that. Okay, interesting. Let's talk NBA for a little bit. You only got about
playing?
4. I'm the same way. That's like the Nets. Could you care less when Kyrie Irving gets a shot, doesn't get a shot, talks about something he knows nothing about, or
I don't care anything about
just
anything right now.
nonsense. It's too early.
Just turned December.
Yeah,
You know when they're going to finish up?
I'll check in March.
Is it June or July?
Check with me in April. No, it's pretty close to July. The Celtics are on a roll, though. I do know that. That makes that guy coming in to coach.
He never coached before.
Doesn't say much for our profession, does it? How about Jeff Saturday? At least he's finally getting his comeuppance. Hey, the Warriors can't win in a row. That seems strange for that kind of team.
They had their run.
You think they're maybe done?
It had to happen sooner. Thomas was not near the player.
Oh.
You remember? He was
No.
He's not near the player.
So I got to say this.
Like he was a dead eye when he was over before. Now he misses.
No, I got to say this about it. Unless I just see the games, he doesn't shoot well.
He's not near the player.
He can't shoot.
Well, he was hurt bad.
Bad. 2 different injuries.
2 years.
Achilles and a knee.
Yeah, he's not near
Okay,
the
so he's done. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he is.
I will say this though. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I will tip my hat. I watched the game last week, just half. I got the FBI on or whatever. I'm watching, and I said, I'm ready to call you and say, all he does is stand around. Then I saw his stats, 31, 8, and 7. And I'm like, going for a 40-year-old, that's not bad.
Yeah, he's not 40 in real life. You know what I mean?
He's different age. He's dog years or reverse.
And the other thing is, a stat person in the NBA, I play this a million times.
Yeah.
If you have the ball enough.
He's going to pass Kareem.
Like Doncey's going to. He's going to break every record.
Every triple-double record.
No triple. He's going to be the leading scorer all time. He's going to be the leading assist man, or one of the top 3. He has the ball every play. So how can he not break records?
I wouldn't want to be on his team. Now, the World Cup. U.S. makes the 16, then they get sent packing. Netherlands, I think, is the size of one of our little states, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I tell you all the time, if Tyreek Hill.
You had Tyreek Hill.
LeBron. Right down the line. That's who every team in that team has.
And then the goalie was like Shaq or something.
Put the best players out who can run. Take 13 guys out the NFL teams.
Give them how many years practice?
8 years. 8 years of practice. I have a feeling
they'd be pretty good.
They'd be saying,
hey, we like Croatia. We're alive.
We're still alive?
40-1. Hey, baby, 40-1.
We took
you don't have to. Oh, by the way, what I noticed the other day, watching Championship Saturday and all, there are some good teams out of the Power 5.
Always are.
Fresno's a good team.
Always are, yeah.
Tulane's a good team.
There always are.
They'll get a chance in Troy.
And playing them once.
Troy.
That we say it all the time.
Yeah.
Play them one game. Like Alabama does not want to play Kansas State. They're some play. Can you believe we didn't make the playoffs?
Yeah, we're out.
And Kansas State's saying we got a chance to beat
Did you hear
Alabama.
what he said? He said they had a bad loss to a garbage team. It was us, TCU. That's what they're saying. And you don't think Deuce will run against them?
They're going to try.
How about Deuce? Can Deuce run? Wow. Who wins a Heisman?
Well, do you have any idea?
No, they've
I
presented
have to say
it.
the Southern Cal guy. I still think
he didn't lose it.
I think it was too late. I think a lot of votes were in.
Today's the day, 4 o'clock, by the way.
I'm going to say it's him.
And it's electronic now, Hey, the Georgia quarterback, he's my guy. He only ever does one thing.
A lot of winning, huh?
Win. I'll take him. Pittsburgh receiver pouting on the sidelines. Have we not seen this? Let's go. T.O. Ochocinco. They're all the same. One guy, and he was better than all of them. Fitz.
Yeah.
Fitz was the one guy.
That's why you love him the most, too.
Absolutely.
He played team all the way.
Absolutely.
The greatest guy in the world. That's why.
And the last thing we say, this NFC South under 500 is going to win it, and they're going to get a home game.
Yeah.
That's going to be Brady.
That's the pros.
And you could go in there and get beat.
Still picking New Orleans. How about that?
Good.
How about that?
Big game Monday night.
Well, they play coming up. I thought about that. I don't think Tampa's any good at all.
There you go. Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.